I hope you're doing well today. It's Martina, your curvy self-love guide on helping you and empowering you to find self-love at any size. So before we get started, you guys, if you are on here watching live with me this morning, I would encourage you to say hello so I can say hi back to you. And then if you're watching on the replay, just hashtag replay, and then I'll come back on later and say hi to you then. Oh, I'm bringing up my screen here so I can see what you guys are saying. So before we get started, if you guys are watching this on Facebook right now, this morning, I would encourage you to head on over to YouTube when this video is done. Hit the subscribe button and the bell to receive notifications for every time that I come live. I come live Monday to Friday at around 10 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. And my topics that I talk to you guys about each week involve things like self-love at any size, of course, but we do this through my self-love at any size method, which includes things on your mindful eating, mindful movement, your body image, building community, self-love, self-care, self-esteem, all these different practices that have helped me to find self-love at any size. And so that's what I share with you guys each day, is just little pieces of my journey and things that have helped me along the way. So I'll make sure that my video is up. It's not coming up yet. There it is. Okay. So let's see if anyone's popping on. All right. So let's get into it, you guys. So today I want to share with you guys my favorite books for healing your kind of relationship with your body, relationship with your food. And so I wanted to talk to you guys about this because these are 3 titles that I'm going to be sharing with you guys on 3 books that have really transformed the way that I see myself and that I have started to heal my relationship with food and heal my relationship with my body. So these are all books that I would highly recommend if you are kind of feeling like you need to do some inner healing work around these things. Then what I'm going to be talking to you about is going to be awesome for you. Oh, hey, Yesley, how's it going this morning? I guess it's afternoon for you. It's morning for me. Thanks for tuning in. Okay, so we're going to go through 3 books that I just love when we're talking about either healing your relationship with your food or your body. And so the first book I want to talk to you guys about is kind of the first one that I have, the first kind of book that I read when I started to dive into this topic, and it is the Intuitive Eating book. And this is by Evelyn Tribole and Elise Reich. I don't know if I'm saying her last name right. But this book is completely transformational. It helps you to make peace with food, free yourself from chronic dieting forever, and rediscover the pleasures of eating. So it is an anti-diet or non-diet approach to really helping you to heal yourself from the inside out and take a look at why you are the way you are with food and how you can start to heal your relationship. I love this book because it also has an accompanying it has a workbook that you can follow along with the book that helps you to kind of really journal out all the things that you're working through as you go through this process. So I really, it has a lot of science backing its content, and these women have been around for a while, and they're kind of like I would say they're kind of like the founders of the whole, this whole non-diet approach to being and making peace with food, healing your relationship with food. And they, I think, are like the main ladies of this whole kind of movement. So if you do not have the Intuitive Eating book, I would highly suggest it. There's so much cool things to learn. I'm actually going through a facilitator training to be able to facilitate their kind of approach, and it's just super interesting, and there's just so much to learn from what they share. So that is the first book that I would recommend. And then the second book that I would recommend is called Embody, and this one's by Connie Sobczak. I'm terrible at last names clearly today. So this one is more of a recent one that I have read, and so it's just called Embody, Learning to Love Your Unique Body and Quiet That Critical Voice. So this one has been super powerful for me as well. They take you through kind of their 5, she takes you through like your 5 competencies of her Embody kind of method, and really breaks down so many different areas. Like I love how she doesn't focus on just the diet portion of our healing. She kind of goes through the whole kind of like body positive practices to, and one of those being about our eating, but she kind of encompasses a whole variety of different approaches and like I said, body positive practices to help you to really just shine your light and become that person who you're meant to be, and do the inner healing required to be able to actually say that you love your unique body. So I love this book because it has a lot of different practices in it. At the end of each chapter, there is a whole section on body positive practices that you can work through. And I really love this book. It's a great resource, and it has helped me in my journey to kind of loving my unique body. So if you are looking for more of kind of the body love approach to kind of like healing your inner self, this one is a really good one for that, and I would highly suggest that one too. And then my last one I had for you guys is the Fuck It Diet. I love the title of this one, and this woman is so funny. So this one's called the Fuck It Diet, and it's Eating Should Be Easy. And I love the humor that she brings into this, and it's really fun to read. And she also, there's a really awesome element of science to it as well. So it kind of combines humor with science that she backs up her theories, but it's also really funny. And I love her style of writing, and I really relate to the more being real and raw with talking about this stuff, because that's more of who I am, and it speaks to my personality. So it's a super fun book and super knowledgeable, but just really funny. I really like her style of writing. So this is by Carolyn Dooner, and it's one that's more recent. I think she just put it out not too long ago. So super fun. And so if that's kind of you want a more fun approach to learning on how to kind of heal your relationship with food and your body and that kind of stuff, then this is a really good title for you as well. So super fun for that one, just to end on a more lighter note. So that was kind of the 3 titles I wanted to chat to you guys about today that have really helped me to dive into the whole healing part of eating specifically. It's helped me to kind of embrace the whole mindful eating or intuitive eating approaches that have really helped me to transform the way I view food and the way that I my relationship with my food, with the scale, with my weight, with my size. These books have all really been such crucial tools and able to help me in my own journey as well. So I would really suggest those 3 books. I can put them in the comments. I'll try and put them in the comments after if you want links to where to find them, because they're on Amazon, of course. But they're all super fun. So I hope this was helpful for you guys. If it's something that you are looking for more knowledge about, then these 3 books would definitely be things to add to your library. So I hope they were helpful. I really like them, and I think they're super fun, all of them. Definitely the last one that I shared with you is more fun than the other 2, but they're all very beneficial and super important tools in our self-love journeys. So before I pop out of here, you guys, I wanted to share with you my new program that is out right now. It is the Self-Love Revolution with Martina. It takes you through my self-love in any size method, which really encompasses all the 7 key areas of really finding self-love at any size. One thing that I really have noticed in my own journey is that there's so many elements to finding self-love at any size. It's not just working on one thing. I have noticed that as I have gone through my own journey, things like my mindset, my mindful movement, my mindful eating, building community, focusing on self-care and self-esteem, working on my body image, and then adding in those mystic and holistic approaches to really support me through all these different areas. So this program really takes you through and guides you through, like we hold your hand through this journey, and you have me as your coach for life. So this program is like no other in the fact that it allows you to have me as your coach for life. You have access to the community for life, access to the course for life, and there's workbooks and things that you go through, and access to like a complete meditation library and yoga library, and just so many amazing things within this program that are really transformational in helping you to find self-love at any size, and really to start living life with confidence, doing the things that set your soul on fire, and just being exactly who you are in this moment without any loving yourself unconditionally. So not having any stipulations or conditions related to how you love yourself. And this is exactly what I needed 10 years ago. And so I feel like I've created it for you now. If you feel like you were like me and you thought that weight loss was the answer to your problems and your happiness and your inner self-worth, and when you got to that end of that journey and you didn't feel any different when you looked in the mirror, you still hated the sight of your body, and you picked apart yourself all the time, this program is for you. It's going to help you to realize that inner healing is what is needed to really find that self-love piece, that self-worth, that value, that importance. These things are all figured out through our inner journey, and really taking care of ourselves and getting to know ourselves and healing from all of these different things in our lives that we need to take a moment and pause and set intentions and be mindful and really focus on the areas of our lives that allow us to feel that inner worth towards ourselves. A quote that really sticks with me lately is that how you love yourself is how you show others how to love you. And I think this is moving forward my mantra lately, and what I really want the world to know is that really how we love ourselves is how we show people how to love us. Like, it's just so simple. And so that is why I do the work that I do, and that I'm excited to offer this program to you guys. If you make sure that you put in if you are interested in it, the coupon code is MAGICVIP to get 40% off, which is huge. And I could talk about it all day. Yesli has a question. She says, what has been the toughest part of your relationship with food? I tend to eat when I'm stressed or bored. Yeah, that's a big one. I think the toughest part of my relationship with food has been getting rid of the whole, the food that I always thought that I couldn't eat, because diets told me that I couldn't, that these foods were bad. I think the hardest part was giving myself to eat them unconditionally. So, eating bread unconditionally, eating carbs unconditionally, and just, I think that was the hardest part, is getting over that whole thought in your mind of, I can't have this, I can't have this, I can't have that. If I have any of those things, I'm failing. And what intuitive eating or mindful eating or all these approaches teach you is that you really have to be able to notice what triggers happen for you with food. Like with you saying, Yesli, that you're eating when you're stressed or bored. All these practices kind of give you a really good toolbox on how to be able to assess how you're feeling. Like, it's really connecting back to your body, which is, I think, the most significant improvement I've noticed in myself. Is dieting really makes you disconnect from your body, because you eat when you're told, you eat how much they tell you to, so you lose all connection. And so I think when I was able to start connecting back to my body in relation to food, then I would listen to my body when I was stressed or bored. And I would really, they teach you give you these tools on how to know, okay, am I hungry right now? Like, there's all these questions you can ask yourself when you're going to eat, and it really helps you to discover, really gets to know your body a lot better than you used to. And I know that's something that I think that's been the most significant change that I've noticed in myself, is that I really take myself through this mental process of being able to be like, am I hungry? Like, where am I on a scale of whether I am like starving or I am painfully full? Like, where am I here? And what do I really want? And when you can answer all those questions, it really gives you a good guidance on, you know what, I am not hungry. I am really bored, and I feel like eating is something that will fill the time. then it takes you through different things. Like, once you've answered that question, it actually just kind of clears it for you. You're like, yeah, I am just bored and I am not hungry. When I look at, I don't have any hunger cues. I am not hungry. I'm actually very content right now. I could talk about this all day, but really the biggest thing I've noticed is I've started to really start to listen to my body. And when I've done that, then I turn to different things now. In the evenings, I used to be a big snacker. Like I would eat, after supper, an hour after supper, I'd find myself, eating chips or popcorn or chocolate or whatever I could find in the house that was something to eat, right? Not to say I was hungry, but I will turn to I'll have a cup of tea now. And that's just my routine and that's what I do. And it's really easy for me now. And I'm not to say I'm a perfect eater by any means, but there's no such thing as perfect. And that's the whole embodiment of these practices, is being able to know that you can eat food if you're hungry. You can have chocolate if you are craving chocolate. There are no rules to any of this method and this kind of way of mindfully being present with your eating. It's pretty amazing. And there's so much to learn, and I know I'm not done learning about it, but just what I have noticed so far is just really so the toughest part, I will say, yes, Lee, has been giving myself permission to eat foods that I was triggered by before that I always thought were bad, and giving myself unconditional permission to eat those foods. You'll notice that you won't eat them all the time. Once you kind of have permission to eat them whenever you want, you'll listen to your body and crave other things. So anyway, it's super interesting and I love it. But anyway, I talked way too long about that. So yes, Lee, I hope that answered your question. Happy to chat to you more about it if you wanted to learn more. That is all, you guys. I'm going to pop out of here, and I hope you guys have the best day, and we will see you tomorrow for my video then. Okay, take care.